For this lesson, we're going to focus on more practice of compound events of probability. And remember, when we're doing this, we're going to be using the theoretical probability of the likelihood of something to happen over the possible outcomes. So let's look at number one. What is the probability of tossing a coin 4 times and having it land on heads every time? So let's mark the text. We're tossing it 4 times and we're having it land every time on heads. So I know that a coin has heads and tails. So I'm going to multiply 1/2. So there is my 1 out of 2 chance for my first coin toss, but we are doing this 4 times. So for each time, we actually have a 50% chance of getting heads. But when we multiply each one of these events, there is a 1 in 16 chance for it to come up with heads every time. So it's not too likely. So let's look at number 2. Noah rolls a red and blue number cube. What is the probability the red number cube will have a number greater than 3 and the blue one will have a number less than 3? Okay, so we see we have 2 number cubes here. So what's the probability that the red number cube will have a number? So we're talking about red and we're saying it's going to be greater than 3, and the blue will have a number less than 3. So we want to know, what are the chances of that combination coming up? Well, we know greater than 3. So underneath the red, I'm just going to write, I'll put an R for red. We know that it is going to be greater than 3. So we have a possibility of a 4 coming up, a 5, or a 6. And when we are talking about a number for the blue, here's my blue, it's going to be less than 3. So we have possibility of a 2 and a 1 coming up because it has to be less than 3. So now I have 3 for the red. So it's a 3 in 6 chance, which is the same as 1/2. So we have a 50-50 chance. And then we are going to multiply that times our 2 chances out of 6 coming up. And so when I'm working this problem, I could simplify, but these are small numbers, so I think I'll just multiply straight across. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times 6 is 36. Well, we do know that when we, again, our answer should always be in simplest form, that we're going to get a 1 out of 6 chance, a 1 in 6 chance that we will have the numbers come up on the red and on the blue. All right, let's look at number 3. Well, Ella has a standard 52 card deck. She picks 1 card and keeps it, and then picks a second card. What is the probability that she picks 2 queens? So let's go back and read the text. We know we have a 52 card deck. We know that she's going to pick 1, and that is really important that she picks 1, but she keeps it. She does not put it back. And then she picks the second one. So we want to know the probability that if she picks 2 queens. Yep, and there's my queens for my cards. So I know that there are 4 queens in every deck. So I am going to write 4 over 52. And that is for my very first pick. But remember, Ella keeps it. She doesn't put it back into the deck of cards. So now we have 3 queens left, and we only have 51 cards. So when I'm looking at that, I'm going to multiply straight across because you really can't simplify, and you do get a big number. It's 4 times 3 is 12, and on the bottom, you get 2,652. Well, if you're not sure what can go into that, I'm going to start just by dividing by 2's because they're both even. And I do get a 6 over 1,326. Well, when I saw that, I'm thinking 6 might go in to both of these numbers. And guess what? I was right. 6 divided by 6 we know is 1, and 1,326 divided by 6 is actually 221. So you have, when you're talking about that many cards and you're talking about picking 2 queens, a 1 in 221 chance of getting your 2 queens. Not very likely, right? So now let's look at a talk for number 4. Well, we have Hannah here, and Hannah has a deck of cards, but this time they're numbered 1 to 10. She picks one card and then replaces it. And then she picks another card. What is the probability she picks a 3 and then a 9? So when I'm talking about numbers 1 to 10, I know that those are going to be 10 cards, but she is only, when we're looking at this, she wants to pick a 3 and she wants to pick a 9. Well, there's only going to be 1 3 in those cards. So it's a 1 out of 10 chance in order to get the 3, and then to get the 9, remember, she puts it back in. It's a 1 out of 10 chance again for a 9. So it's only a 1 out of 100 chance that she would be able to pick a 3 and then pick a 9. If this video was helpful to you today, please add a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more Math with Marcia. See you again soon.